P1FCU, we're all about celebrating your wins, like finding an extra $10 in the wash.
Sweet.
Or your team winning the championship.
And it's out of here.
Yes! Woo!
Your wins add up, just like earning dividends in an Ascend checking account. So let's celebrate the wins together. Open your account at p1fcu.org/win. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the North Idaho Prepcast covers every inch of District 1 and District 2 activities in Idaho.
Bonners Ferry, like the whole town was there, it seemed. I mean, they showed up, they were tailgating in the parking lot, barbecuing, playing games. Like, it literally felt like a small college atmosphere. It was super cool.
Hosted by Ryan Skaggs, the North Idaho Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing, or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Welcome into this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union and Mountain View Event Center. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valleywide Cooperative, Next Step Idaho, your local Toyota dealer, and, of course, the Idaho Transportation Department. They're also the sponsor of the IdahoSports.com Player of the Game. Tonight we come to you live from Bobcat Stadium at Madison High School in Rexburg, Idaho, home of the starting to get more famous Rocky Mountain Rumble. We've already had 3 games today. We got this one tonight, 3 more games tomorrow. Road team coming in will be the Skyline Eagles out of Salt Lake City, formerly a very dominant team down in Utah, particularly when you go back to the 80s and the 90s. Not so much anymore. However, we expect a good team that comes in here tonight. Your home team will be the Highland Rams. That's the Pocatello version of the Highland Rams, not the Salt Lake version of the Highland Rams. Hi, everyone. My name's Lance Taylor. I'm joined tonight by Josh McGauley as we bring you this Rocky Mountain Rumble. You know, we've had a couple blowouts today. 42-14 was Raymond, Alberta, Canada, over top of Marsh Valley. 38-12 is your score. Desert Hills over Minico. Desert Hills team, they're only returning 3 players, and you're reigning 4A state champions in the state of Utah. And then Skyline and Layton. Skyline, that's Idaho's Skyline, your 3-time reigning state champions, the Grizzlies. And they lost a ton of players as well, but they knocked off Layton 27-20. Layton made that game quite a bit interesting as time moved on. Well, let's talk about these two teams. We'll start out first with the Highland Rams. Coach Nick Sorrell is in his second season there. This is actually their first game of the season. They play Skyline next week, and so they'll play Skyline 2 weeks in a row, just Utah's Skyline and then Idaho's Skyline. However, they do not have the turf yet on Iron Horse Stadium, so they will be playing that at Lookout Field, which is technically the home field for the Pocatello Thunder. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We just got done talking about the Highland Rams. Let's move over to the Skyline Eagles out of Salt Lake City. Coach John Robotham. They're in the 5A Region 6. They're 0-2 to start the season. They lost to Viewmont 21-14, then lost to Summit Academy 24-8. Their next game after this week will be at Granger High School. That 5A Region 6 conference, it's a really good conference. Along with Skyline, you have Alta, Bingham, East, Highland, that's the other Highland Rams, down at Utah, Olympus, and West. As we look at this team coming into this game, we expect tonight's starter at quarterback to be Andrew Lindquist. Just a sophomore, just a junior, but expected to do a great job for them. We'll see exactly how that plays out tonight. Their other quarterback listed on the roster is Luke Foles. He's the senior rushing leader for this group. Miles Parker and Bronson Bowen, they really take those duties. Micah Sedgwick is a senior. He's their leading receiver. Carson Stewart, junior middle linebacker, does a great job defensively. He's their leading tackler. We're going to take a break here on IdahoSports.com to get the Star Spangled Banner. We'll be back after this.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
Welcome back. We're about ready to start this ball game. Sorry, time-wise, things have been a little different. We've been on a delay. This was supposed to start at 8 o'clock. We were on lightning delay here at Bobcat Stadium. Finish off talking about Skyline. Last year, they were 4-7 on the regular season, 2-4 in region play. They were eliminated by East to open the playoffs. East dropped 70 on Skyline last year to open the playoffs, 70-28. They're hoping to have a better season this year and pick up some more wins again. They were the perennial program back in the 80s and 90s in the state of Utah for a lot of years. Then Bingham kind of took over and kind of became that perennial powerhouse. And now Corner Canyon has stepped up there. Lone Peak, another school. Bingham's still a very good school as well. Of course, Bingham won a national championship during that time as well in football. So, great competition that they have there with Skyline. As far as Highland goes, Highland really wants to get back. Like we talked about, they've got all those state championships. However, they've conference rivalry. Rigby's won 3 of the last 4, with the exception of last year's, was when Highland knocked them off 43-42, but yet Highland got eliminated in the playoffs, and Rigby went on to win it again. So it's one of the things that they need to obviously address as they move forward. Highland's a very proud program. Had a little hitch at their school towards the end of the school year. Ended up with a a fire at the school, burned down basically the gym, the kitchen,
That's
the
right.
orchestra room,
Yeah,
and
I
all
forgot
that.
about
And just
that.
talking to a couple of their guys, I said, so where do they plan? Obviously, Iron Horse Stadium, they're still waiting for the turf to get in there. But I said, where are they planning on playing basketball this year? And they said, right now the plan is to play at Pokey High School. See, Pokey has the new gym there, but the boys have always chosen to continue to play in the pit, in the old gym. And so, there is that extra facility there. Maybe Reed Gym has some availability as well. It's where Idaho State University plays. And, of course, Century High School. And then last year, to end the school year after the fire, they actually had classes in a number of different places, including Century High School. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how that plays out this year for the Highland students. We're excited to see how this team comes out and plays. I'd like to give a shout-out to the Mountain View Events Center. Also, Primetime Auctions. Primetime Auctions is a proud supporter of local high school athletics. They want to wish everyone a fun and safe season. Primetime Auctions is the best place to bid online for anything you can think of: vehicles, equipment, estate, antiques, and even real estate. And of course, Kelly Canyon. Kelly Canyon wants to wish all the Eastern Idaho teams playing in the Rumble today the best of luck. Winter is right around the corner, so no matter your ski level, there's a place for you at Kelly Canyon, and it will be soon. Doug and the folks at Kelly Canyon also want to give a special shout-out to all the youth in the Upper Valley Grid Kid organization. Many of those kids will be playing right here in these games in just a few years, so think about what that brings to you, and thank you to all those involved in the Upper Valley Grid Kid program. And they say, have a great season. What an exciting time, high school football. Of course, we love it.
Yeah, we're really excited for this game here as we're about to kick off finally after about an hour and a half delay. As it's going to be Skyline kicking off to Highland to start.
Who's this? Oh, good. How are you? Hey, Red, I've got to call you back. I didn't know if it was an emergency or not. I'm hoping it's not. I'm in the middle of broadcasting a football game. So I'll give you a jig.
So Skyline in white and it looks like gold helmets, black numberings. Finally, with this today, we've had some jerseys that have been really awesome, really cool. But for us broadcasters up here, it's been really hard to read some of those numbers. Some of those jerseys, they'd be white, but they would have light gold numbers on the side of them or on the back of them. And, man, that was rough, especially during the day. So I'm glad that these teams right here have either red numberings as Highland is or Skyline has those black numbers. So thank you to those teams. So Skyline kicks off to about the 15. Is picked up, then dropped, and Skyline drops the return man at about the 13-yard line. They're going to say the 14-yard line.
So now Highland will take over after Skyline won the toss and deferred to half number 2. Out of the 14-yard line, not ideal starting position, but we've seen worse starting position in the tournament so far. A couple times down on the 1 and pretty much the half-yard line. From the shotgun. Twins right, trips left. And coming out to the right side and making it a ways down the field. That is number 9, Drew Hymas.
Yeah, Hymas is showing a little bit of that speed so far. He's quick, all right. He's one of those mobile quarterbacks as a lot of those high school teams have.
Well, and they've been known for putting out some mobile quarterbacks. Maybe, I don't know, Taysom Hill, pretty mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
Still is in the NFL. Hymas now drops back into the pocket, being pursued, but he gets out of it. He has a little bit of room to run, picks up some more positive yardage, gets down to about the 35, 36-yard line, which will bring up. It's going to bring up, looks like, a 2nd and 1. And that start on the 14-yard line didn't seem to hurt Highland much. Highland really, really hoping to have a good ball game this week and a good season this year 2 games already under their belt. His Skyline. What a great pass down. Had his man. His man had separation. And it looks like maybe the defender in this situation has got some sort of an injury. He was holding his abdominal. Wonder if he had an abdominal muscle tear.
Yeah, he went down right away as soon as number 3 in Highland, Borello, he got right past him. So there had to have been something that happened within that time.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Hillcrest knocked off Century tonight. Dropped over 40 on him. It was just one of those years for Century. Lost last week on IdahoSports.com, 43-0 to Sugar Salem, who will play tomorrow. We're going to see how this works out on the field. Don't know if it was a hamstring or whatnot, but he was holding. See, now it's the leg that he's limping. Maybe he pulled a hamstring a little bit, but it looked like the player was holding his abdominal. As it is, it's going to be 3rd and 1. I like that pass decision, though. That's a good play call. And it was a nice pass, just unable as the receiver to get under it.
Early game jitters is what we'll call it.
That's right. 2 eligible, 2 in the backfield. Hymas takes it, hands it off. Up the middle they go. It's going to be a first down for Highland. It's going to be across the 40-yard line to the 41. Wasn't quite able to see who rushed that time. As it is, it's a first down for Highland. So 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line, the Highland Rams. That is Idaho's version of Highland. From the shotgun, Hymas again pitches it out to the outside. Run through the gap and picking up yardage. That ends up being number 5, Jackson Riddle.
Yeah, Riddle just took a chest pass basically from Hymas, the quarterback.
Great run by Riddle. Another first down. He gets across the 50-yard line. Into Skyline territory. Running a mid-spread. Slight motion for just a moment. Now the handoff. Now popping to the outside. Once again, it's Riddle. Once again, he picks up some positive yards. Looks like he picked up about 5 on the play. Brings up a 3rd, and we'll call it a short 6, long 5. Pardon me, 2nd short 6, long 5. We were on that lightning delay here for a while. It put us about an hour and 15 minutes behind game schedule.
Yeah, just more time with you and I, huh?
That's right. We'll get to what's happened in the rest of the Rocky Mountain Rumble as we have breaks. And now brought down in the backfield. Once again, it was Riddle.
Yeah, Riddle was just trying to get that edge in this near sideline, and great job from this Skyline defensive lineman. I didn't see who got there first. I believe it was 25 on Skyline.
It was just a sophomore, Johnny Barris. From the shotgun again, it's Hymas. He's got twins left. Man in motion, goes to the man in motion. He's going to pop to the outside. Tries to get near the first down marker. That was number 0. Kai Collin. 5'9", 165-pound junior.
Yeah, and great job from the safety, number 16, Walker Brooks, or excuse me, yeah, Brooks Walker. And he showed his sideline-to-sideline speed right there. That was really impressive.
Yeah, he did, because anytime you have a man in motion like that and you run that sweep, it's tough to angle that. It's tough to angle that. Oftentimes players find themselves coming up being a little bit long on that angle and then having to turn around and chase them. Man in motion, turning upfield. Hymas on the move, being chased in the backfield. Has his receiver downfield. He catches it all the way down to the 1-yard line, but they're going to call an offensive pass interference.
Are you sure it's not going to be defensive?
I think it's going to be an offensive pass interference. We're going to see what it is. As it is right now, before the play call, or before the penalty.
I think he was getting held.
He might be. We'll see.
Yeah, he was getting.
Yeah, they're calling offensive. It was a clear push-off right before the pass got there. Now, there might have been some jostling before, but I didn't see the flag come out until the push-off took place. And it's always going to be the guy that they see, on that. Other than that, it would have been down on the 1-yard line.
And it looked like the corner had pulled on the jersey and fell down.
Well, he might. I wonder if he kind of pulled on it as he got pushed.
Maybe, yeah.
And grabbed that. Either way, that is a penalty on the offense, offensive pass interference. That's the first offensive pass interference we've seen in the Rumble today.
Yeah, it is.
We've seen several pass interference calls, a very aggressive defense by the Skyline Grizzlies, Idaho's Skyline. Aggressive defenses tend to draw some calls like that. They expect it. They know it's going to happen. It's part of playing aggressively. However, this time we get the offensive pass interference. So it's 4th down. They're going to go for it on 4th. Nope, they're not. They're going to pooch punt, and it's going to be a good one. It's going to take a bounce in favor of Highland and go down inside the 5-yard line all the way down to about the 2.
Wow.
Yeah, and so they're going to pin Skyline deep. But if you're Skyline, you got to be happy that you got that stop defensively. Skyline is, struggled for the most part to put points up on the board. They lost to Viewmont just by a touchdown, 14-21. Only put 8 points up on Summit Academy. Gave up 24. So it's not like they've given up a ton of points. So they do have, a defense that's fairly stout. Giving up 21 and 24, that's not an unreasonable amount of points to give up, not like the 70 last year in the playoffs against the East. From the end zone and the shotgun they go.
Nice tackle there.
Looked like that might have been Bowen, number 5. It was. Bowen, number 5. Brings it out of the end zone. Gets about a yard on the play. We'll call it a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and Colton George was the linebacker that was there first and was able to wrap up and sling him down for a yard gain.
Well, this is still in dangerous territory for a safety,
Yeah.
and you definitely want to be careful throwing to the outside here because a pick is a definite touchdown. If that happens, Andrew Lundquist, the junior, is your quarterback, number 10. He's from the shotgun. Twins left, one right. He's got protection in the backfield. And, boy, I'll tell you what, that thing would have probably registered on the meter of a baseball pitch at about 85 miles an hour. That pass that he threw, he ripped that up.
He's lucky
and it
that
was close
low.
to getting picked off.
Yeah, he's lucky.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 for the Skyline Eagles here from beautiful Bobcat Stadium at Madison High School. It's a 3-year-old stadium. It's been a great addition to this area. For the first about 11 years, after them getting in the new high school over here, they still had to play their games over the old high school because they didn't have the stadium yet at that time. And I called that Pothole Central. It was an ankle breaker, not because people were breaking your ankles with moves. As we have a bad snap here. However, getting out to the 9-yard line on the reception, that's going to be number 8. Struggling to find 8 on the roster here. Here we go.
Diego Langberg.
Diego Langberg. And I'll tell you, and again, we talk about this a little bit. Love you Skyline fans out there. If there's anything that we could have you tell your coaches, tell them to please, 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 please do the roster in numerical order. It's a lot easier to find someone's grade and their stats by a number than it is to try to find a number by grade.
Yeah.
And stats. It makes it awfully difficult. Ball is picked up at midfield. We got a nasty block that took place, and we're probably going to get a penalty on that block. Now picking that up was number 3.
You can't blindside block in high
Ridge
school.
Barcella, he picked that up, but that was a blindside block. And down on the field is number 7, their other quarterback, Luke Foles. As he popped up now and he's going off the field, but that's one of those that just kind of shocks the system for just a moment. Like taking a liver shot in a boxing match, you know, that you're going to be okay in a few moments, but it's going to take a little while for your body to get over that initial shock. That happened out at the 50-yard line. and take it all the way back to the 30. They're going to start with good field position still on the 30-yard line. It's not equivalent to the 50. Big Bruce Callow leading that offensive line, 6'2", 300 pounds. And he does a good push, and then missing the catch on that was number 5, Riddle.
Yeah, that ball came in a little hotter than Riddle was expecting.
Yeah, it was a good pass. I mean, it was there. Just came in pretty hot, brings up a 2nd and 10. But those are ones, Highland is your first game of the season. You know how your quarterback throws. And quarterbacks, you know how your receivers catch the ball. Now you just got to do it against people other than your own teammates that you've been beating up on in practice for the last month.
Yeah.
And so, those are the things that will clear up, hopefully, for the Rams as time moves on. From the shotgun again. It's Hymas. Handoff goes up the middle. Looks like it's Riddle again. They're going to ride the Riddle train for a while until Skyline proves that they can stop that. Skyline in their navy blue pants, white jerseys, gold helmets, blue and gold numbers. They got the dark blue navy numbers, easy to read, outlined in gold. White pants for Highland, along with their black jerseys, black helmets, and red numbers. We had a game earlier today with Desert Hills out of St. George, but those jerseys just gave us fits. You just couldn't read the numbers.
Yeah.
White jerseys with light gold numbers, and now we're going to get a first down.
Nice job by Kai Callan over there, number 0. He was able to reach forward for that first down.
Yeah. Called Callan's name now a couple times. Ball goes out to the 46-yard line, 1st and 10, Highland.
Just another one of those speedy slot receivers we've seen today.
Yeah. This is the longest it's taken in any of our ball games today to get to a score.
It really, it is, yeah. Yeah, the day opened up with a 80-yard touchdown. They did not on the first play.
Well, yeah, and then a touchdown on the ensuing kickoff. We had in 23 seconds 2 touchdowns that had already been scored. That was Raymond, Alberta, and Marsh Valley. And the quick Hymas gets out across the 50-yard line, finally gets out of bounds. Finally pressured out. Skyline, again, as we talked about, a very, very proud program.
I believe it was Trace Robotham that pressured him out.
Number 26.
Oh, was it 26? Man, these it's like finding a puzzle piece, that last puzzle piece.
Sophomore Cash Grandin.
And what a run from Riddle right here.
Riddle's just kind of that, he's not going to come up and dominate you necessarily with speed, but he's just kind of that gritty runner that just doesn't mind getting dirt under his fingernails kind of thing. Yep. And that when you hit him, you might be bigger, but you're going to think twice before you hit him at that same angle again. You know, you're going to want to kind of check to make sure how you're bringing him off that. And of course, we talked about big 6'2", 300 pounds, Bruce Callow.
Look at this run right here from number 7, Tyson Beckles.
Tyson Beckles, the senior, gets right up through the defense. And right now, Highland, after having to punt in that first possession, of course, they were moving well, and then they got a offensive pass interference penalty, and it kind of moved them back. They just didn't recover from that, ended up having to punt the ball on a pooch punt. A lot of teams using that now, using their quarterback as their punter and saying, hey, you're going to have to learn to punt too, because it always gives that option to really be able to throw a fake if you need to. Round the left side, tell you he is a speedster as we talk about Hymas. Finally brought down, but he does get inside the 20-yard line. The ball was placed on the 20. Looks like he gets down to about the 18-ish, depending on what side judge they go with. Looks like they're going to put it on the 18-yard line, brings up a 2nd and 8. They can pick up a first down on the 10-yard line, which would put them at 1st and goal. Coming out of the ball game now is number 7. That was Beckles, who had the long run 2 plays ago. Got him down into this position. Hymas now with the pass, goes out to the side. A little bit of a bobbled reception. However, getting all the way down is Kai Callan, the junior. Gets down inside the 10-yard line, gets down, it looks like, to the 9, where it's going to be first and goal for the Highland Rams. Highland really banking on a good season this year. And I'll tell you what, that conference, particularly when you look at Highland and Rigby, that's going to be really, really tough. Madison's got to step up and, to prove where they're going to be this year. And, Thunder Ridge. Ridgeline's out of Utah. Ball goes out at the 1-yard line.
Are they saying the 1 or the half-yard line?
It'll be second and goal from the from the half-yard line.
Oh, they're okay. They're
However, back to that, Thunder Ridge lost to Minico to start the season. It was last week, and they really took a thumping today from Desert Hills, did Minico. Some Skyline players were trying to get a fumble call down there.
Yeah, they were pointing. I was trying to figure out
they were campaigning for it. Brings up third down.
I guess when there's a pile, you should always campaign for it because you never know
what's
going on down there.
That's right. So third down.
And about 2 inches.
Yep, third down and goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see them use Hymas again on a keeper. Send him up the middle. Put him behind big 300-pounder, maybe Gage Johnson at 320 as well. They're going to sneak in.
Yeah, and that's
going to be Riddle.
Yeah, Jackson Riddle just showing off the athletic moves to get around the first guy that got through the backfield and into the end zone.
Well, it's good way to reward a guy that, did the lion's share of the ball carrying to get you down in the position you were in. It's like 2:11 up on the clock. We get up 6 points, extra point pending. Can't give a stat for a half yard, so it's actually a 1-yard run by Riddle. High snap. It's brought down nice. Goes up. It's good. So the kick is good. 2:11 left on the clock in quarter number 1. It is Highland 7 and Skyline yet to score. That was a really methodical drive by Highland. Got down the field, used a lot of speed, used some good gap play as well. And for Skyline, you got to step up, prove you can stop that. Now Skyline can move the ball a little bit as well.
Yeah.
They've just got to get up. They've got to do it on a consistent basis. Highland is really pumped for this game. This is a big game for Highland.
Yeah, of course. Highland, in a lot of terms, are looking to go forward and show their dominance down that Pocatello area.
Yeah.
And this would be a huge step forward for them this season and just all around.
Well, their last game last year was a 24-30 loss against Mountain View in the state playoffs.
Yeah.
And you hate leaving on a loss, but of course, every team from every school size, unless you don't make it a state and happen to have a last game win, but other than that, every team from every school size except for one leaves the season on a loss. And you want to get a win back because you sleep just a little different.
Just a little bit better, huh?
With a win. So Highland to kick off. Kick is up. Looks like this is going to go to the end zone. It does. Deep. It was a line drive. Not quite a worm burner, but it was a line drive. It's one of those, like, when you're on the golf course and you use your 3-iron, a long iron, but you blade it, and you still get good distance out of it, but but it doesn't get off the ground very often.
Lance, you gotta take me golfing. I've only been golfing once in my life.
Have you?
It was when I was like 14, and I hated it.
I
walked all 18 holes. We weren't old enough to rent a golf cart, or I forgot the reason. I don't remember the exact reason, but it was like this $5 course back home in South Carolina.
Wow, $5 course. That's hey. Well, what I need to do is get you on the driving range first.
There we go.
Nice pass put out and caught. That by number 18, Sedgwick. Sedgwick so far, the senior, he's been their leading receiver on the season in their previous 2 games.
Yeah, Sedgwick. That's a very unique last name. I had to make sure that you were saying it correctly.
Yeah, Lindquist. Andrew Lindquist hit him on a dime.
Yeah.
Now it's 1st and 10. They find themselves in Highland territory. It's on the 47-yard line. Now up under center. The first time we've seen him up under center tonight. Handoff goes up the middle.
That was 23 as the ball carrier.
That's Gus Dane. Gus Dane, the senior. Picks up 3 yards. You can tell the PA announcer's having the same struggle we are. You know, he's trying to find that name on the roster because it's not done in numerical order. Pass off to Dane again. And Gus Dane loses about half a yard, maybe a full yard on this. Yeah, they're going to move him back to the 45-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down, and 3rd and a long 7, short 8.
Yeah, great job from Highland. They sniffed out that run play immediately.
Yeah, they did.
And got him for a loss of maybe a yard or 2.
Highland has a size advantage down there. You can see it.
Yeah.
Across both their offense and their defensive line, they have the size advantage. And a lot of these, you know, you get it up into 5A schools, and, you know, these schools, a lot of players just go one way. You know, in the smaller schools, most players are going to play both ways. Dropping back, Lundquist. Pass is no good, once again, intended for number 18. Pardon me, it was intended for 18, Lindquist. No, it wasn't. It was Lundquist who threw it, intended for Sedgwick. See, that's what happens when we don't have the numbers up here.
Yeah, Jonas, the safety back there, he should have had a pick. He was going one way. It was a little bit harder of an interception to get, but definitely could have caught that.
Now you bring up a 4th down, and this is that kind of no man's land, 4th down, that you can punt it or go for it. And, you know, as coaches, they know their teams. They know what they want to do. Right now it's Lindquist going up under center. He takes it. He rolls out to the right. Good blocking for him. He goes across the middle and overthrew his receiver. Once again, it was 18 Sedgwick who that was intended for. It's going to be a turnover on downs, and you know, for a team that just scored on you, this is awfully good field position to be giving back to that team.
Yeah, and Cedric was open. You know, it was a very hard throw that he would have had to make, but definitely open. Just overthrew him a little bit. You definitely did not want to underthrow him because that could have led to an interception. Who knows where that could have gone.
So look at the offensive line: 277, 270, 300, 250, 320, 270, 315. I'll tell you what, if these guys stop at a Golden Corral buffet on the way home, that buffet is losing money with that size of offensive lineman. Oh, what a nice fake. Everybody bid on that play and coming back and picking up the 1st down.
And you can just see on that play alone the size difference of these lines because you know, Highlands, look at the holes they're creating.
Yeah,
you know, it's holes that even us slow guys could run through, and great job so far.
Are you calling me slow?
Sorry, I forgot.
Well, that's the strategy I always tell my kids when I score on them in basketball. I always say, hey, I might be old, but I'm slow.
Yes.
We come to the end of the first quarter of play. 7-0 is your score. Just one put up on the board. It's our lowest scoring quarter thus far tonight. It's been a good defensive battle. We're going to take a break here on Idaho Sports. We'll be back after this.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the East Idaho Prepcast covers every inch of District 5 and District 6 activities in Idaho.
Just think about this. The Highland Ram cheerleaders won their 14th 5A title in the past 15 seasons. And then they went on to win the national competition in California.
Hosted by Sean Kane, the East Idaho Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing. Or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
7-0, that's your score. 12 minutes up on the clock to start quarter number 2. And Highland on the move. They didn't have to move the ball. long distance, about 10 yards, just to swap it to the other side of the field as they're in Skyline territory in the 44-yard line, 43-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and 10. It's Hymas from the shotgun. They look to come in with a corner blitz. They did come in after him, and it left a wide-open receiver coming from the backfield. It was Callan. And Kai Callan, I'll tell you what, this junior is a really tough defensive assignment right now. You know, we had a good Skyline team from Idaho Falls in our last game with a tough defensive assignment. This time, a little bit different. It's not the size, it's the speed.
Yeah, and last game we had Zion. I forgot his last name, but just another one of those speedy kids that if you get him in the open, you're not going to tackle him. He's just too quick for you feet-wise, and Callan's kind of doing the same thing here.
Well, and then Morrell was just so big in that last game
Yeah.
that he would just drag people with him. Big running back. But, you look at this now as we get the timeout from Highland. We'll just stay here on this. But you look at him now, and right now it's a speed factor. The size is on the lines for Highland, so the speed is able to get to the outside. Primetime Auctions is a proud supporter of local high school athletics, and they want to wish everyone a fun and a safe season. Primetime Auctions is the best place to bid online for anything you can think of: vehicles, equipment, estate, antiques, and even real estate. It's always good to know. Kelly Canyon wants to wish all Eastern Idaho teams playing in the Rumble today the best of luck. Winter is just right around the corner, guys, so no matter what your ski level is, there's a place for you at Kelly Canyon, and soon. Of course, winter will be here before we know it. Doug and the folks at Kelly Canyon also want to give a special shout-out to all the youth in the Upper Valley Grid Kid organization. Many of those kids will be playing in these games in just a few years, so thank you to all those involved in the Upper Valley Grid Kid program. And they say have a great season. We come out from the timeout. It's going to be a 1st and 10. I'm down on the 26-yard line for Highland. It's Hymas from the shotgun. He's got trips right, single left, one in the backfield. And it's going to be blocking duty for Riddle in the backfield. Over top of the defender who came back. Defender came back to try to pick that off. That was number 23, Gus Dane, who bit on that. Thought it was going to be shorter than it was. And quickly, Highland gets down. They get the play off. They go to the end zone wide open and unable to haul it in. It was number 14, Jet Richens. And Jet, boy, he would love to have that back. Brings up a 2nd and goal. This from down on the 4-yard line. From the shotgun again is Hymas. Hymas sneaks up the middle, gets away from a couple defenders, and then gets brought down. He gets brought down near the 2-yard line, I would say, is where that's at. It'll bring up a 3rd and goal. Had that golden opportunity on that dropped pass. That happens. Heck, we see it happen in the NFL.
Sure do.
Of course, I would never drop that,
No, of course not.
It's going to be Riddle, and he gets down inside the 1-yard line. Now got an interesting decision. Are you going to go for it?
Oh, absolutely.
Punch it in and try to kick the 3-pointer. I think right here, knowing how you can move the ball and with that big of an offensive line, you might keep a keeper for Hymas. Let him scoot on in. Riddle scored their first touchdown on a 1-yard run. It's more like a 1-inch run. But there is no stat for 1 inch. We do have a 1-yard stat, though. So that's what we gave him. So Highland looking to punch it in. From the shotgun, I'm really kind of surprised on this. They didn't stick Hymas up under, but they're going to get it in anyway, and it's going to be Riddle for his 2nd touchdown. 9:50 to go in quarter number 1. Another 1-yard run, and another one for Riddle.
Not a bad game for him so far.
No, it's certainly not. And Highland, boy, they got the ability to be a very, very, very powerful team in Idaho this year and to make a run at potentially another state title. What a great snap. It's one of the better snaps we've seen tonight on an extra point. It's up. It's good. So now with 9:50 remaining in the first quarter of play, 14-0 is your score. Highland on top of Skyline. We'll take a quick break here on Idaho Sports and be back.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
After the touchdown, I'd mistakenly said first quarter. I know it was second quarter, but 9:50 remaining in the second quarter. First touchdown didn't come until there was 2:11 left in the first quarter. 9:50 left remaining here. It'll be kicked off by Highland. Yeah, I was telling you earlier, I tell my kids, when I play them in sports, I might be old, but I'm slow. That's a benefit because one of my sons, he says, hey, you're a good defender. And I says, well, I'm only a good defender because I'm too slow to go for your fakes. Yeah. so once you fake it and come back, I'm still here.
Yep.
Maybe if I was younger, you might be able to get around me a little bit easier. But the fact that I just don't go for those fakes because I'm too slow. This kick goes through the end zone. Ian Hershey, former kicker for Highland. A couple years ago, went to Idaho State, and now, as we found out, he is down at Arizona State.
Pretty impressive.
Very impressive. Had a chance to walk in their new remodeled stadium earlier this year. Walked down on the turf. Went over and saw the Pat Tillman statue.
Did you?
Over on the north end. I spent quite a bit of time down in the Phoenix area. Around the outside, nice run put on. That by number 5, Bowen. Bronson Bowen, the junior.
Yeah, Bronson, just a nice run out there. Good little fake as well from Lindquist, is just to sell it and to get the defense, at least some defenders going the other way.
Yeah.
For Bronson to pick up 5 yards.
Well, he had great
yards.
blocking, on the outside, as you said. Single left, twins right, 2 in the backfield. A man in side motion. They're going to go to him to the outside. Boy, he gets sniffed out and brought down quickly. Looked like in there defensively first looked like it was number 11, Colton George. It was. Colton did a great job getting out and cutting that down.
Yeah, he read this immediately.
Yeah, now they go back to the original line of scrimmage, brings up 3rd down.
Oh, yeah, he came down from his safety spot and read it immediately. He saw that the backer was coming out on that swing side to the right, and he was giving it all for that play.
So all the good yards that Bowen had picked up on his run came back now to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. It's Lindquist for Skyline. Drops back, hits his receiver, but it's going to be short of the first down marker. Kind of threw a little bit behind him.
Yeah, it was caught by Diego Lingberg.
Actually, Zayd Longhurst, number 8, wasn't it? Pardon me. Wrong side. What the heck am I looking at? You're absolutely right. Diego Lingberg. He is a junior. It's late, folks.
It's late. We had
it's our 4th game today. It's been a lot of fun, though. Weather was great until right before this game started, and then we had the lightning delay. I don't know if this punt was partially blocked. Either way, it gets down to the 31-yard line where Highland will take over 1st and 10. Already up 14-0, just under 8 minutes to go in quarter number 2 before we go into the half.
Yes, Highland's looking to add on to their lead and add on to their impressive run so far here early on in this game.
Highland gets the award for the biggest offensive and defensive lines thus far in the Rocky Mountain Rumble.
Yeah, I was just checking on that Lehigh and Rigby score, and Lehigh was up 28-7 at halftime. So that's another big game going on about 15 miles away from us.
Well, Lehigh had put a score up on the board before they had their delay. We're going to get a false start. They had put a score up, so 7-0. Once they came out off the lightning/rain delay, Rigby comes out, scores a touchdown.
Yeah,
ties it up, 7 apiece.
It's just got that feeling that Rigby's not the same Rigby that we're used to this past couple of years.
Yeah, well, they lost several really key players off of last year's team, and they're coming off 2 losses now, as they lost to Coeur d'Alene last week at Coeur d'Alene. Talked to my friend Vic Martinez after that game, and I'll talk to him again this week as well, the defensive line coach. Nice pitch back. It goes to Riddle, and Riddle just outruns the defender, gets some good yardage back. After the false start, he gets some yards back, and looks like there's going to be some positive yardage on it. However, there we go. Finally see the down marker. We'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that was a great call to run it to the right because Skyline drew up a blitz from the left side, so they ran away from the blitz, but still a great job from that Skyline front, 6 to just get over there and make it a minimum gain of just 2 yards, 3 yards.
Hymas brings the play back in. Single right, he's tight. 2 left, 1 in the backfield. Eligible tight end. It goes to Riddle up the middle. Riddle does what Riddle's done so far. It looks like we're going to go with the far side judge, and it looks like that's awfully close to a first down, maybe just a little bit short.
Yeah, Riddle has been really impressive.
Oh, they're calling it a first down. Work at a bit of an angle from that. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, Riddle's been really impressive so far, just the quickness and the way he's running this ball. We had a great sophomore running back in our last game with Amani Morales. He had over 100 yards, a couple touchdowns, and Riddle.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, he might very well be the best 4A running back in the state.
Yeah, as a sophomore.
As far as at least what he accomplishes.
Yeah, it was really impressive watching him, and we'll be seeing him a couple more times later this year.
Trips left, it's tight. They're going to come back. Nice move to get out and pick up some positive yards on that play. Varcella. Nice quick play. Out near midfield, 49-yard line, still on their own side of the field. 6:10 now on the clock, remaining in quarter number 2 before we head into the half. Of course, you're going to want to stick around for the half. We bring you some first half stats. Of course, Next Steps Idaho. It's our halftime show as well. It's Hymas. It's a backwards pass, and then we're going to get a double pass. Yep. Wide open downfield is Riddle. Riddle's going to haul in the 51-yard TD reception. Riddle's got all 3 of their touchdowns now.
What I was waiting for that call, not expecting. I was waiting for that call because they've done that swing pass that turns into a screen pass a couple times already. And I was wondering if they're going to sneak somebody behind that line of scrimmage and or behind their defense to get that.
The benefactor is Riddle. And now for the 3rd extra point attempt. 3rd extra point attempt is up. 3rd extra point attempt is good.
Was that a 53-yarder, roughly?
Yeah, it was 51-yard. 51-yard touchdown pass. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow, the Rocky Mountain Rumble continues as Templeton High School out of California. They'd be a 4A school here in Idaho based on their school size. They take on perennial 3A powerhouse Sugar Salem, who knocked off 4A Century 43-0 last week. That takes place at 1 o'clock. Then Woods Cross out of North Salt Lake. They'll come and face Lewiston from Northern Idaho. That's at 4 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., the night cast that ends it all for the Rocky Mountain Rumble. Wasatch, the Bees, out of Heber City. They come up and take on Madison. That's Heber City, Utah, of course. Provo Canyon.
Yeah, come on out. Madison always brings a great crowd It's a beautiful stadium. Why not come enjoy this atmosphere? And
that's right.
Of course, you can come get autographs from Lance, and I'm sure he'll do it for free for you.
Of course.
Occasionally. Give him some sushi, he'll absolutely get you for free.
Kick's going to go into the end zone just like it has all the other times.
Kick by Eunice again deep in the end zone for a touchback.
About 5:44 before we head into the half. In fact, exactly 5:44 on the game clock before we head into the half.
Look at that.
Boy, it's turned out to be such a beautiful night. Just a little breeze. It was windy in our previous game, particularly in the second half.
Yeah, it makes sense why it was so windy with the storm coming in so fast.
That was the Skyline Layton game. Now the wind's died down a bit. It's up but not whipping like it was, and it's beautiful outside, nice temperature. We're going to get a false start on Skyline. And Skyline, you know, we've talked about in some of the other games, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And right now, that's a 2-step back play for Skyline, who's yet to really even get in scoring position, even be a threat.
Yeah, and it all seems that all the teams that have lost today have something in common where they'll get it down into the red zone, or they'll be having a great drive, and then penalties.
Yeah.
Every
it takes them out of it.
It's as like they had drew up the same game plan, obviously not on purpose.
Yeah.
But
And really, the team that fared the best, as far as those who did not pick up the victory today, was Layton, who pulled themselves back into the ballgame. But even they had the 1 step forward, 2 step back problems. And we're going to get a penalty on this incomplete pass, and it's probably going to be a pass interference variety. We haven't had a lot of penalties in this game. In fact, this game has moved by quite quickly. Started an hour and 15 minutes late due to the lightning delay. Means you and I are going to get home late. Means I'll be waking my wife up when I go in the bedroom. She'll be saying, shh, shh, please don't wake me up.
yeah, that sounds about right.
Ball comes out to the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 after the penalty. High school scores from all over the state. Check out Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Flash, we call it. Sorry, not Friday Night Lights. You can check out your scores from your teams. Find out how they've done all the way from 1AD2 and 1AD1, 8-man football, all the way up to 5A. We've got a 5A school right here in Highland. Dane on the carry. We do have a flag on the play. It is holding, and that's going to bring, see again, a positive play, but a holding is going to bring them right back. Of course, Skyline would also be 5A if they were here in Idaho. Got several junior high kids here walking in front of the booth.
I'm glad they're having fun.
They are. They're having a ride. I guarantee you not one of them knows what the score is on the board, but they're having fun with each other. And that's the thing. That's the thing that's fun about it. Come, you get to hang out with your friends. It's a lot of fun. And enjoy the football game the way you like to enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Of course, the older you get, the more into the game you get. Another handoff and another bad result. Or Skyline. Bagley with the tackle. Dane on the run, just really struggling to get anything going. Now it's going to be 2nd and 19. All games tomorrow right back here from Bobcat Stadium, Madison High School. Rocky Mountain Rumble.
It's a great time of the year. I always look forward to this event because it just tells you that football is right around the corner, or is here, sorry.
Lindquist had a really good pass out. His receiver went up, and interestingly enough, as the receiver went up, he just went up too early, mistimed it, so it was able to be tipped away, kind of like going up for a rebound where you go up early and the ball's still going up high. That was the scenario there. On the defensive assignment was Kai Callan, whose name we've called offensively a number of times tonight, had the good defensive play there. He plays the DB position, along with Coons, number 2. They do a great job back there. 5'9" and 5'8", respectively.
Not bad, huh?
No, not bad at all. They got the speed. Popping back, it's Lindquist. Puts the ball up towards the sideline, has his receiver, and he comes down with it.
Nope. Oh, he dropped it.
Oh, he dropped it, and he comes up holding his shoulder. That was intended for Ben Irwin.
Oh, man, yeah, he definitely landed on it awkwardly.
Yeah, and he popped right up and ran over to the sideline holding his arm. You never know with that. He's holding the upper part of it, so you never know if there's a shoulder dislocation, something of the sort. 4:33 remaining in the first half of play. 21-0 your score. Lance Taylor along with Josh McGauley bringing you this game. Football season, week 0 this week.
Yeah. Week 0, no, week
college.
1. Oh, yeah, this is it for college, yeah.
Yeah, speaking for college. Last week was week 0 for high school here in Idaho. Punt takes place, and it's another short one, but it takes a decent bounce. Finally goes out of bounds around the 41-yard line on the Highland side of the field. And I'll tell you what, Highland looks licking their chops, saying, you know what, we can get down and get another one in the end zone. Of course, they are the Highland Rams, so I guess technically you can lick your lamb chops. They are the Rams.
Do you like lamb?
I do, because I love to eat gyros. So, not gyros, gyros.
Gyros? Yeah, I'm not a big gyro fan.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm not really into that kind of.
I love mutton.
Yeah, I bet you do.
You know, I'm a farmer. I've eaten a lot of different things. I've even eaten some meat that I don't quite know if we could identify it at different times. Yeah, they go back to Riddle. He gets across the 50-yard line before he's finally brought down.
Yeah, this coaching staff is setting Riddle up for success all night long.
Yeah, they are.
He's looked truly impressive when he's running this ball, and of course, give all credit to his offensive linemen and the receivers that are blocking to him. But man,
Brooks Walker come up with the tackle on that play for Skyline, and now on the 49-yard line of the Skyline side of the field, Highland on the move, 2nd and long, 2 short 3. From the shotgun again is Hymas. He sneaks up. He's going to pick up the first down before he's brought down. Did his job, and now he's going to be brought down. That was by number 1. That's Irwin, and Irwin went out of the ball game earlier. Now he's back in as a linebacker. He went out, with that holding his arm a little bit, his shoulder. But he gets the nice one here. Good enough to pick up the first down. Hymas from the shotgun again. They come in with a corner blitz, and they're going to get him down. It's a big loss on the play. 13-yard loss on the play. They're actually going to call it an 11-yard loss from where he was hit.
Yeah, we were talking about him earlier in the first half. Brooks Walker, again, showing the speed.
It's going to be 2nd and 22.
Very impressive right there.
Yeah, that was a nice corner blitz, and able to mix it up a little bit. So now we're going the other direction. We were calling these long ones like 2nd and Idaho Falls, second and Rigby. Now it's not too terrible. It's about 2nd and Sugar City.
2nd and Sugar. Yeah.
The next level is 2nd and South Fremont, and then the next is 2nd and Island Park, and 2nd and Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Looking to get to the first down marker. Doesn't quite get there, but gets most all the yards back. I think that was. Yeah, couldn't quite tell who that
Ridge
was.
Borello, I believe.
Yeah, it's Borello. Yes, it was, in fact. Brings up 3rd down and 1. So they gained 21 of those 22 yards back on a single play.
Not bad.
No, if that's your way of overcoming a penalty, or in this case, overcoming a big sack on the corner blitz, then you're doing all right. That's like being down in blackjack and betting your whole dang hand. Everything, yeah. Riddle's going to pick up the first down. Boy, he got hit hard. He's going to pop right back up. but he definitely got hit hard. And hit by number 40, who I do not see on my roster. Oh, yes, I do. That's Hansen.
Like I said,
Thomas
it's
Hansen.
trying to find that last piece of the puzzle. Just can't quite find it.
From the shotgun again. It's a 1st and 10. They do the delayed handoff. It goes to Riddle, and Riddle goes and does what Riddle does, which is another 1st down, moves those chains inside the 20-yard line, looks down to about the 18, between the 18 and 17. It'll be 1st and 10, Highland. Now under a minute to go. You know, this game has gone quite quick because most of the runs have stayed between the tackles, or at least haven't gone to the perimeter most of the time.
Yeah, we got about 55 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, we're going to get a timeout. We'll see who called that. You know, the timeout, Skyline, in this scenario. Coming up at halftime, don't forget, we're going to have our Next Steps Idaho halftime show. We'll get a word from some of our sponsors right when we leave. But we'll come back, give you that halftime show. We'll talk about the second half as well as about more games coming up in the Rocky Mountain Rumble.
Yeah. Go check on the Rigby game right now.
Yeah, beautiful night here in Madison County, Idaho, at Madison High School. High school facility is just second to none in the state. Sandpoint's got a beautiful facility too.
I've never been to Sandpoint.
It's one of my favorites. Overlooks Lake Pend Oreille.
Oh, wow. As Lehigh is scored another touchdown. It looks like they're driving again, 35-7 now over Rigby.
Wow.
Man.
That's awfully tough to overcome. First half or in the second half?
They're in the third quarter.
They're in the third quarter. We'll go over at halftime some of the scores around the state. A couple of shockers as well. Nice pass down to the interior.
That pass looked like it was about to get intercepted.
Yeah, Colt Durham, number 4, is the one who caught that. Just him a 6'3", 160. Pretty slender, but he was markedly taller than the other players. You know, that was just underthrown there by Hymas, and that's one of his few passing mistakes tonight. He's had a couple overthrows, but a couple were really nice, but receivers just not able to get under him.
Yeah, it was a great play right there. Just a play action, and he had the guy rolling out to his right. Just that little slot receiver, but he underthrew it. Oh, man. That's a hard throw, though. Your sprint, it's a sprint out, right?
Yeah,
so
it is.
You're on your full sprint and trying to, give him an easy pass. It's pretty hard.
They step back up. It's 2nd and goal. It's Hymas. He keeps it, hits his receiver. That's Barella, who picks up the touchdown.
Number 3, Borello. Ridge Borello. Not bad. Ridge had that big play on 3rd down to keep this drive moving. And
that's right, the senior.
And, of course, they're going to reward the senior with that touchdown.
Yeah, 35 seconds on the clock. Kick is up, kick is good. So all the extra points have been good as well. Right now, an impressive showing for the Highland Rams. They put 4 scores upon the board.
Yeah, this would make it even going into tomorrow. View of Idaho winning 2 games if this score continues on in the second half, and Canada and Utah winning the other 2 games.
I'll tell you that Raymond, Alberta team is very impressive today. Very well balanced team. They had a receiver, tall receiver. They just throw up jump balls, and then Marshall just didn't have a prayer. In fact, I shouldn't say they didn't have a prayer. That's all they had was a prayer on those.
It was nice to.
I don't want to discount the what a prayer can do in that scenario.
It was nice just to see, like, I've never been in a stadium to watch the CFL, so it was really cool to see the Canadian Football Leagues be in play, and something you just don't see every day.
Yeah, and on offense today, they played, when Raymond had it, they played by Canadian rules with the exception of they didn't have a 12th man on the field, just an 11th man, but the receivers could be in motion. It's again 35 seconds remaining in half. Number one, Coeur d'Alene, who knocked off Rigby last week in the third quarter, down 16-0 at Rocky Mountain.
Oh, wow.
Bishop Kelly 49-14. Bishop Kelly 4A, Capital 5A. That's 49-14 third quarter score. Lakeland 13-0 over Lake City in the third. Got to remember those games up north, they're an hour behind us. So they're on Pacific time. Pass on first down, incomplete. I like the attempt, though. Give yourself an opportunity. Middleton now 5A this year, 31-7. That's a final over Nampa, 31-26. Mountain View over Meridian. That was a good one there. Those are rival schools. Right now, Waihe, who narrowly knocked off Madison last week down here in this stadium, 37-8 over Centennial. And again, Lehigh out of Utah, 28-7 over Rigby at Rigby. That's in the third quarter. Post Falls, 34-21. As we get some positive yards gained. Yeah, Diego on the reception. Timeout. We're just going to keep it right here, go over some more scores. So Skyview took a fall, 34-14 to Cuna. Cuna, good start to their season. Idaho Falls in the second quarter leading Thunder Ridge. Thunder Ridge already lost to Minico last week, a Minico team that really got shellacked today by Desert Hills out of Utah. Boise's Timberline, there's two Timberlines in the state. There's also two Highlands, Highland of Craigmont, and then the Highland that we're watching right now. But Bora knocked off Timberline 42-20. And right now, of course, Highland 21-0 over Skyline. Some other games taking place. We talked about Desert Hills knocking off Minico 38-12. Idaho Skyline 27-20 over Layton High School. Blackfoot 30, Emmett 33.
Ooh.
Blackfoot does not want to start their season on a loss. They should have a really good team this year. Bonneville 27, Preston 7. Good way for Bonneville to start. They've really struggled in football as of late. Check this score out. Burley drops 78 points on Mountain Home, 78-20. Canyon Ridge over Caldwell, 49-0.
That's Kai Callan with the pick six.
Pick six from Kai Callan with 10 seconds remaining on the clock. So in 25 seconds, two scores on the clock, one offensively, one defensively, are on the board for Highland.
Man, Kai Callan read. It was like a little in out over in this far side. That's such a far throw too, and great job from Kai Callan. He's having himself a heck of a game as well.
Yeah, it's a 35-yard touchdown return. Hillcrest 40, Century 0. 2 weeks in a row now. Century is yet to put score up on the board. Got beat 43-0 and 40-0. Snap is down. Kick is up. Kick is good again. And right now the wheels have come off for Skyline, the Eagles, out of Salt Lake City. 3A Goody knocked off 4A Jerome, 8-0. Still no score from Shelley. They're playing home at Star Valley, Wyoming, against Star Valley, Wyoming. Twin Falls, who a lot of people have picked to win that conference this year with Minico in that group, 67-19 over Valley View. And the second quarter right now, Pocatello leading Mountain Crest. That's down in Hiram, Utah. That game's being played in Hiram. That's in Cache Valley. If you're not familiar with that, that's Utah State University is. They're leading 7-3 in the second quarter. Is Pocatello. So now with 10 seconds remaining on the clock in the first half, Highland has scored 2 touchdowns in the last 25 seconds. Now they're kicking off, and once again, this is going to go right through the end zone. Good kicking tradition down at Highland High School. Now for some 3A scores. Coal Valley Christian drops 62 on Parma. Parma has really struggled in football the last several years, 62-6. That score. Be interesting to see the score between McCall, Donnelly, and Wood River. Wood River is a 4A school, except for football. They play down for football. Hardship down for basketball and other sports. They are at the 4A division. From the shotgun, Lindquist goes, looks downfield, has his receiver, can't quite get to it. With 4 seconds on the clock, they'll have a final attempt as well. You see the Skyline receiver kind of turned around, talked a little smack to the DB for Highland because he was out there ahead of him. Not a lot of smack to talk when the board shows you're down 35-0.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Just got to be a little careful. 2A Aberdeen knocked off 3A American Falls. American Falls drops 2 early season games, both to 2A schools. First one to Malad and then to Aberdeen. Malad and Aberdeen in the SEIC 3A. That's the Southeast Idaho Conference. From the shotgun again. Lindquist, this will be the final play of the first half, barring something unforeseen, and it will. And we're going to go into halftime, 35-0. And for Skyline, this half cannot come to an end quick enough. We're going to take a break. We'll hear from our sponsors. We'll be back with the Next Steps Idaho halftime show after this.
Make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Hello?
I was in an accident.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I have my seatbelt on.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the Magic Valley Prepcast covers every inch of District 4 activities in Idaho.
And I went out and watched Wood River play a couple days ago. This is a team that could surprise some people.
Hosted by Scott Burton, the Magic Valley Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area.
Tell you what, your story has captivated the Idaho sporting world.
Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing, or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Dear road rivals, you may have four wheels and a similar build, but our resemblance ends right there. Later, Toyota. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you can safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Hello?
I was in an accident.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I had my seatbelt on.
Welcome back in. It's our Next Steps Idaho halftime show. Thinking about what's next for your career or education, Next Steps Idaho can help bring you closer to the life that you want to lead. And I'll tell you what, Highland, you know, they just had the one score in the first quarter, and then wheels came off for Skyline after that. And as Highland just kept putting it into the end zone, puts us at our halftime score 35-0. Highland expecting to have a very good season this year, and it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, and good for Highland too. And I'm really happy to see them, moving forward and see them actually progressing, and hopefully this time not only progressing during the season but progressing, in the playoffs where we all want to see them.
Let's go down the scoring for the first half. There's 2:11 left in the first quarter when Riddle ran a 1-yard touchdown run, put us out 7-0. Extra point was, let's just say right now, extra point was good on all of them.
Yeah.
The 9:50 mark of the second quarter, Riddle again on another 1-yard run. Now, don't let those 1-yard runs fool you. He had many big runs to get him down the field. And then it was Riddle again on a 51-yard reception, the 5:44 mark of quarter number 2. Then the 35-second mark, it was Borello. Ridge Borello had the 5-yard pass. Had to go down low to get the pass. That put him up 28-0. And then with 10 seconds left, Kai Callan, 35-yard interception, pick six. Goes all the way back, 35-0. That's how we get to our score. And right now, one of the things that is obvious is the size difference coming from Highland is just really, really hurting hurting Skyline. I mean, we talked about the size of this offensive line. I mean, look at the offensive line: 277, 270, 300, 250. There's your smallest right there. 320, 270, 315. You know, these are big boys. I mean, and over on their defensive, you know, side of it as well. You know, 260. 270, you know, defensive linemen are usually just a little bit smaller because, you know, the speed factor is the main thing, where protection is the main thing for the offensive line. But really, just one of those scenarios that really tough for them to dig out of that size.
Yeah, Highland, you're right. The size is absolutely obvious, and it's easy to see that. And they're making Riddle look like an all-pro running back right now.
Yeah, they really are.
He's having an incredible night. Of course, he's an incredible athlete, but it helps It helps him so much that he's having to be able to run behind this line.
And Riddle very fundamentally sound. Let's look at some more 3A scores. Weiser 42-21 over Buell. It's Fruitland drops big. They only put 14 points up on Columbia, 41-14. Gooding 8, Jerome 0. Jerome has really struggled in a lot of aspects. They did have a good basketball season last year. Of course, one of our good friends, Scott Burton, is their athletic director there at Jerome. It's also where he grew up. Homedale over Filer, 54-7. That's been your perennial matchup in the state championship game for the last 5 years against Sugar Salem. Teton over Jackson Hole, Wyoming, just over the pass. Both of them come from a county called Teton County.
Yeah.
Opposite sides, 47-21, 40-14, New Plymouth over Payette. Snake River falls to Kimberly, 27-20. It's Timberlake 43, South Fremont 0. Now, later on in this month, Sugar Salem heads up and plays Timberlake at Timberlake. This time it was played at South Fremont. That was a return game from South Fremont going up there last year. And, of course, we talked about right here in the Rumble, Raymond, Alberta, Canada, 42-14 over Marsh Valley, popping down to the 2A scores. Some of them we've gone over. Coal Valley Christian drops 62 on 3A Parma. We talked about 12-8 Aberdeen over American Falls. North Fremont knocks off Bear Lake 28-6. Bear Lake, this is interesting. Bear Lake last year, state champions in football and boys basketball. Sugar Salem, state champions in football and boys basketball. Both of them wear blue and white.
Yeah.
Both of them from Southeast Idaho. You know those stupid trivia things that I like. Declo drops 39 on Nampa Christian, 39-16 your final score. Lyman, Wyoming knocks off Malad 36-14. Malad coming off last week's victory over American Falls. Marsing puts a 66 up to Orofino's 6. Ryrie 14, Soda Springs 6. Melba over St. Mary's 30-14. Melba's had some really good teams here as of late. Still no score on the West Jefferson-Wendell game. And Westside is out in Smokes Firth 48-6. Now we get down into the 8-man football division. Cascade over Idaho City 44-14. It's Clearwater Valley 54. Notice 72. That's not uncommon to see those kind of scores in 8-man football. You take 6 total men off the field, and that really opens up that 100-yard field. Raft River 44, Tri-Valley 30, Raft River always a good team. Grace drops 36 on Cary. Cary, one of the perennial top teams, but Grace, Grace used to be 2A. They played 11-man football, dropped down into the 1A D1 ranks, and they're kind of floating and flirting with that 2A division size again. Murtaugh 61-6 over Chalice. Lapway 54, Timberline of Weepy 14. 66-6 is Oakley over St. Joseph's High School out of Utah. That means St. Joseph's would have had to make an adjustment to 8-man football for that because there's no 8-man division in Utah. Butte County 64, Valley 36 as well. And 1A Division II, the smallest school size, Camas County knocks off Rockland 62-12. Cascade, I already talked about that one. Castleford 42. North Gym 20. That was played at Castleford. Garden City 37. Dietrich 14. Water Springs really coming up. That's a private school out of Idaho Falls, 50-22. I've covered several of their games last year, and they just keep getting better and better all the time. Hagerman, a little bit of a closer one over Horseshoe Bend, 46-34. And Mackey over Richfield, 54-0.
Wow.
So those are your scores from around the state as we get ready to start half number 2. We're going to take a quick break here. Get some more from our sponsors. We'll be back for the second half. Highland, Skyline, after this.
Make the memories of this game last a lifetime. By downloading the digital game file of this contest, you can have your own personal copy of this game forever. These make great gifts for the student athletes involved. Just click the Order Now button for more details.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Our army of IdahoSports.com action photographers are covering games all over the state. And now we've revamped our galleries to make it even easier to find and order your favorite action shots. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click the Action Photos link in the menu.
Hello?
I was in an accident.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I had my seatbelt on.
"12 minutes on the clock. Time for quarter number 3. Skyline won the opening coin toss, deferred to the second half, so it will be Skyline football to start out in half number 2. Boy, this has just been all Highland. 35-0 is your score. Skyline's got a long hill to overcome, but we'll see how they set up for half number 2, how they come out and do it. Because they got nothing to lose by coming out and just playing as hard as they can, putting some things out there on the table that maybe they didn't want to try till a little later in the season, but this is one of those good opportunities to do it. The Highland Rams. Black and red.
I like those helmets. You know, they kind of remind me of the old, well, I guess they're still kind of around, but the Rams helmets.
Yeah, they are.
When they were in, uh-oh. Where did the Rams move from?
Oh, from St. Louis.
St. Louis, thank you.
Yeah, they were in L.A. when I was a kid, and then moved to St. Louis, and now back to L.A. It's going to go into the end zone, as it has done every other time. So it'll come out to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10, Skyline.
Is it raining again? It looks like it just drizzling.
Might get a little drizzle here and there. Of course, we're dry up here in the booth.
We're getting a little toasty up here now.
Allows us to talk a little booth smack.
Oh, no one down there can hear us, you think? Unless they're listening, and if you are, wave.
Nope.
Yep, nope. All right.
Got some people with some rain jackets on. A couple of umbrellas out there as well. From the line of scrimmage, up under center is Lindquist. And we're going to have a gain of 1 yard on the opening play. Looked like that was number 8. Langberg that carried that, Diego Langberg. He picked up 1 yard on the play, brings up a 2nd and 9. You know, we talked about Skyline for years being that perennial power out of Salt Lake. And, you know, it's weird when power kind of changes hands. Sometimes teams will drop way down for a little while. Great run this time. I shouldn't say great run, but a tough run by Miles Parker, number 3. One of the seniors on that team. And he's, you know, they gave the ball to him back behind the line of scrimmage quite a bit, so the run didn't result in as good as what it looked like as he just gets back to the line of scrimmage, brings up 3rd and 9. There's Ben Irwin, who we thought might have hurt his elbow or shoulder earlier in the first half. He comes back onto the field. It was a long pass that got broken up as he dove for the ball. Pass goes over the intended receiver. Intended receiver on the play was Sedgwick, the leading receiver.
Yeah, Lundqvist was just trying to hit Sedgwick on the near sideline here, just overthrew him. That's a tough throw to start off anyway.
Starting the season, Skyline, we talked about that loss to Viewmont. That was a pretty decent game, 21-14, but lost to Summit Academy, hurt 24-8. Like we said after tonight's game, their next game will be next week at Granger. Back for the punt they go. Being pursued, they do get it off. Decent punt. It's going to take a Skyline bounce. Gets down inside the 35-yard line. It's going to roll down inside the 30. Just going to keep blow on that and see what you can get. 29-yard line. That was as good as you could get out of that punt. It rolled for every bit as long as it was in the air, every bit as far as it was in the air.
We've had some good punts today.
We have. We've had some fantastic punts today.
It's been crazy.
Punt that went down inside the 1-yard line.
Several
of them down inside the 5.
Yeah, I think we've had a 70-yard punt today.
Yeah.
It's been some pretty impressive stuff.
It has. And now Hymas takes back over behind center. This time it's from the shotgun. Gets his pass off on the slant.
What a throw from Hymas. That was in between the corner and the linebacker right there, right on the money.
Great reception as well. Highland on the move. Brings up 1st and 10. Ball on their own 46-yard line. Very, very impressed with Hymas. List him as 6 foot, 180 pounds. He is quick as well. Out and across the midfield line, but losing the ball. Looks like his own teammate jumped on it.
There's the big boy.
Skyline's saying it's theirs. We'd have a penalty flag on the play. But Highland has it, and I'm not sure who this penalty flag is on. I couldn't tell if a Highland player went in and shoved Skyline or if a Skyline player went in and shoved Highland.
It's exactly that. Yep, Skyline's, I don't remember the exact number, but he came in and started shoving everyone. But, hey, Riddle, you don't see him fumble a lot. Shout out to number 77, Austin Harlow. He hustled down there to hop on that ball.
Okay, it's a double foul there and offsets. The ball's going to stay down at the 35-yard line. Yeah, and if you're going to fumble forward.
Yeah. And I think that goes into the stat sheet as a
I'd have to check.
I don't remember exactly.
I don't quite know. I'd have to check that.
But if it does go in as a as a rush, that'd be funny.
We've hit 10:47 on the clock. That's not the game clock. That's the actual clock, the time. Now down to the 26-yard line. Nice scamper by Tyson Beckles. Beckles, we've called his name a couple times tonight. Of course, Riddle has been so good. They've continued to hand it off to him most of the time.
Yeah, Riddle's been really good.
Second down, Rams.
From the shotgun again, it's Hymas. He's got twins left. He's got a man in motion, makes it trips left. Single right. Going to go to the man in motion. Struggled to pull that in just a little bit. Looked like that was
Barbarello.
Yeah, that was Barello.
Yeah, he did struggle to pull it in, but great job to just keep his balance and move the chains
Yeah,
forward.
I think he tried to turn forward before he had it fully in his hands, and sometimes that causes a bobble and takes just a little bit of time. Highland on the move, 21-yard line. That's where the ball is. It's 1st and 10. Single left, single right, two in the backfield. Eligible tight end. Man in motion. We're going to get a false start. Looked like that false start was on big number 77, the right tackle on that on the O-line. That's Barlow, Austin Barlow. Got a little antsy to get up and get that hit.
No, I really respect the 2 or 3 students that came over here from Skyline and Utah, and they're standing up, they're cheering for their team. I can hear them from over here.
That's right.
I can hear the "you can't do that" chants.
Well, these are their classmates playing football down here. Got the handoff again. Once again, it's Barella.
No, that was number 7, Tyson Beckles on the carry.
So stays at the 21, brings up 2nd down. Good defensive play by Skyline. Highland next week will host a very good Skyline team, another Skyline team, Idaho's Skyline, the Grizzlies. That game's going to be held at Lookout Field. That is the home of Pokey High School, but with the turf still not into the stadium there at Iron Horse at Highland. They've got to play elsewhere. Pass over the middle, complete. That down to number 4. That's Durham. Durham with a couple receptions on the night now. Not a big deal. They list him as. Was Durham is 6'3", 160. That's pretty slender. 6'3". It's about what I was when I got married. 6'3", 160.
What happened?
I've compressed, so now I'm about 6'2", 210.
Oh, okay.
Body handles food a little different as you get older. It tends to stick around just a little bit. This one looked like Barella, number 3.
That's still Beckles.
Oh, there was 7 Beckles. Sorry about that. Yeah, I saw Burrell. Get out the other side. I went with him, thinking that he had it. Faked me out.
It's funny because the coaches at Highland, they're obviously their starter is Jackson Riddle, but he had that fumble, so coaches gave him some plays off just to think about what happened there.
That's right.
Just to remind himself how the football goes.
See,
in
that situation, I really like to get a player, get it right back in his hands.
Yeah.
Get him that positive momentum again. We got 1st and goal. This is going to be from the 6-yard line. It's a long 6, short 7.
Yeah, Riddle may be looking for his 4th touchdown of the night. Oh, fumble.
Fumble, and it's recovered by Skyline.
I didn't see who fumbled it.
I think it was just a bobbled handoff and dropped on the handoff. It's going to be Skyline football. down on the 7-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10.
No, boy, you could just see the coaches just full arms folded, just staring.
Yeah.
No words.
Well, and even though you're blowing the team out right now in this game, you still don't like to see that as a coach. It's like, no, we got to handle the ball.
Yeah.
Every possession is important, whether we're up by 30, down by 30, or whether it's a tight game. Every possession has to be protected. That ball is your diamond. There was a false start on Skyline, got away with it. Get out and give themselves some breathing room. Now for a 1st down.
Tackled by Carson Bates. 1st down, Eagles.
Yeah, I want to say that's probably their best run of the night.
It's got to be their best run of the night.
We don't have stats in front of us.
That was Parker.
Parker on the carry.
Now 4 minutes left in quarter number 3. Another solid run. Another solid run for Parker. How's Parker, one of the seniors, out there for Skyline. Ball gets out to the 27-yard line. Brings up a 2nd and 3 scenario. Once again, don't forget tomorrow's schedule starting at 1 p.m. Be Templeton out of California facing Sugar Salem. Your reigning 3A state champions in the state of Idaho. And then at 4 o'clock, Woods Cross from North Salt Lake take on Lewiston, who's coming down from northern Idaho. And the nightcap, ending the entire Rocky Mountain Rumble event, will be at 7 p.m. And that's Wasatch out of Heber City, Utah. So they'll face Madison, the home team. First and 10. Right now, Skyline so far really having their best offensive possession. It's Lindquist popped back. They pick up the blitz. And then this is going to be picked off. So giveth and taketh away. That was Brennan Carlson.
The senior.
Senior DB. Picked that off. There's no big throne down there on the sideline for Highland like they have for Skyline. And now Skyline finds themselves on defense again. Ball set on the 18-yard line, not too far off from where Highland fumbled and gave it up. Maybe about 10 yards different, but the same end of the field. 3 in the backfield, single receiver, eligible tight end.
Wow.
What a great run put together by Beckles.
Yeah, and just, Riddle's had such an incredible night, but he was the lead blocker there, and he absolutely, opened up that hole there. Great job from Riddle there.
That was excellent. Well, it's going to bring 1st and goal back where they were before. They were 1st and goal from the 7. Now they're 1st and goal from the 6.
Yeah.
It's going to be Hymas who brings in the play. Really been impressed with this senior Hymas. Good speed, good arm. Very poised. Man in motion. We're going to go heavy right, probably run to the left, and we're going to get an offside. It's going to be an offside. Surprised they blew the play dead.
I think he must have lined up offsides.
Yeah, lined up offsides, but still, you just throw that penalty flag and let that play continue. Is the way it's typically done, but as it is, it's half the distance to the goal. Goes down to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal from the 3 now. Play comes in with Hymas. Can't state enough how beautiful this facility is here. It is a massive high school stadium.
I saw on social media the other day that at school in Texas, which everyone knows Texas high school football
Yeah.
is insane, but a school in Texas that only has 1,600 kids just built like a $15-20 million stadium that can hold up to 10,000 people.
Oh yeah, well, and then you got Allen High School that holds close to 25,000.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it looks like the quarterback Hymas went down in the pocket. I think his own player stepped on his foot when he stepped back. So he's going to be marked down. He hadn't got it out of his hands. It's going to bring up a 3rd and goal now from the 2-yard line. 3rd down and goal.
I want to see if they can get the speed to the outside. You know, they have the speed advantage for sure, and I just want to see what they're going to call up here. In our last game, Desert Hills, you know, they're much a very high tempo offense where they just had their quarterback running plays through hand motions and such like that.
Yeah, very much so. They had it down for sure.
As it looks like Barillo or Beckles.
It's going to be
me.
Beckles
You've
now.
got me saying it now.
That's right. Beckles with the 2-yard run. That comes at the 36-second mark, the third quarter.
Yeah, Highland, they're just piling on. They've looked so good so far. As the extra point does go through to make it 42-0.
Extra point up and good. So with 36 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. 2-yard run from Beckles and the extra point good. Like you said, 42-0. Just, Skyline has just been unable to even get in reasonable scoring position. You know, they scored in both their previous 2 games this year, but not tonight thus far. Primetime Auctions is a proud supporter of local high school athletics, and they want to wish everyone a fun and safe season. Primetime Auctions is the best place to bid online for anything you can think of: vehicles, equipment, estate, antiques, and even real estate. Kelly Canyon wants to wish the Eastern Idaho teams playing in the Rumble today the best of luck, and I'm sure the ones tomorrow, too. Yeah. Winter's right around the corner, so no matter your ski level, there's a place for you at Kelly Canyon, and soon. Doug and the folks at Kelly Canyon also want to give a special shout-out to all the youth in the Upper Valley Grid Kid organization. Many of those kids are going to be playing right here in these games in just a few years. So thank you to all those who are involved in that and volunteer their time, the Upper Valley Grid Kid organization. And Kelly Canyon and Doug say have a good season. Kickoff again. Expect this to go into the end zone. Would it do anything but go into the end zone?
Unless he wanted something different. No, I think it would be doing just that.
It's going to be a touchback, come out to the 20-yard line. If this was college, it'd come out to the 25.
And, you know, for the Eagles, yes, it's, you know, they've got Mount Everest to climb here, but you really just want to be something that you can be proud of when you're driving back home, either tonight or tomorrow morning.
Well, and again, you know, as coaches, if you're honest with them at this time, you don't ever say this at halftime, but almost fourth quarter, but you tell them, you know what, guys, we're not going to come back and win this game, but we've got a game at Granger next week, and we've got to find some stuff that works for us.
Yeah.
You continue to play hard, and I'll tell you what, plays like that work.
Absolutely, and even before the interception happened, they were driving the ball. They had a really good, 15-yard run, and then, then just that interception, just another mistake happened.
That was a keeper by Lindquist.
Yeah.
Gets up there the 8 yards. Yeah, we've seen some flashes here and there for this Skyline team that shows that, they've got the ability to move it at times. It's just been the consistency factor, and, of course, you can't understate how good the defense has been. They forced them into a lot of the mistakes that they've made, the defense from Highland. And we come to the end of quarter number 3. 42-0 is the score. And frankly, could have been worse. We're going to take a break here on IdahoSports.com. And we'll be back for quarter number 4. 42-40, Highland on top of the Skyline Eagles.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
"12 minutes upon the clock. We're not quite sure if the mercy rule kicks in or not here during the Rumble. The mercy rule in the state of Idaho is up by 35 in the fourth quarter. It's a continuous run clock. Nice run out for number 23, Dane. Gus Dane, you know, he's done a good job tonight, the senior running back. They're going to call it a first down. I knew he was awfully close to the marker. Wasn't quite sure if he was or not. Yep, and it is. They are going to keep the clock going. That's going to be a mercy rule.
Unless they can score a couple touchdowns, then it stops, right?
Well, no. If you're up at 35 at any point in the fourth, even if they bring it down, and it still continues to run. It's the same in basketball. If you're up by 30 points at any time in the fourth quarter, even if it comes back under, it is still continuous run clock.
Oh.
Almost an interception. That was intended for 1 or 2 people, but it was thrown right in the middle of 3 defenders, and nobody came up with it.
Yeah, it looks like the defenders hit each other to knock it out.
Lehigh Rigby score. It's now a final. Lehigh 45, Rigby 13. Player of the game was Jet New. 4 TD passes.
It's not a bad day at the office, huh?
0-2 start for Rigby.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one. You know, I don't know every player on Rigby, but Rigby's got such a championship atmosphere. You always expect something, you know.
Any champion program, you know, and then for years they were in the cellar. Is now taken down at the line of scrimmage is Lindquist.
Yeah, great
No gain on the play, but Rigby just pulled themselves out of that and have just been a fantastic football and built a program, a true program.
Powerhouse almost.
And you know, you're still going to have an occasional down year. You know, you got to figure a team like that is still going to have a good regular season. They got some tough games ahead of them. Obviously, they got this Highland team. We've got Madison. They're going to play that good 4A Skyline team as well. We saw a win today. Highland has to play them next week. Lindquist had to get rid of that a little quicker than he wanted to, as he was just being pressured in the backfield. And now the sheer size of Highland is just continuing to haunt Skyline. Skyline's they're just beat down on the line.
Yeah, and just, you know, shout out Colton Easter. He was the reason those back-to-back plays, you know, for a sack and then pressure on the quarterback, so not bad.
And they're going to call a late hit on that. 15-yard penalty, personal foul. That'll move them out to the 45-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 45. Here come the Eagles. They come out in a 3-receiver set. 2 in the backfield up under center is going to be Lindquist. Looks to the right. Pocket breaks down, but he scrambles out. He's going to have a hard time coming back and passing for that, so he just gets it out of bounds. He was out of the pocket, so no threat for a intentional grounding on that. Clock continues to run once again. Get above 35 points, or above 30 points, 35 points, sorry. Clock will continue to run on everything except for timeouts and injuries.
Yes.
need for either team to really use a timeout at this point. So you got to pretty much continue to run. 8 minutes now on the clock left in the ball game. Final game of the night here from the Rumble. The carry for number 3, Parker. Josh is swatting flies.
Yeah, I just swat one.
A few of them in here. You know, I killed this bee earlier. You see that?
Oh, wow.
And it's still there. I wasn't looking to keep it as a trophy, but I noticed it was still there.
It's going to be somebody's dinner in a while.
Yeah, some spiders dinner maybe. You know, they can come down. I haven't seen any spiders in here.
That's good.
This is as good of a high school booth as you'll pretty much find most anywhere.
Yeah, this has got to be the best high school booth that we're going to be in, you know, probably until Holt Arena in the playoffs.
Run a sweep play with Sedgwick, their leading receiver, but they run him out to the left side. Pick up another first down. We are going to get a timeout. They're actually saying this is an official's timeout. Oh, yeah, this is for an injured player, and the clock does stop for an injured player. 1 o'clock, Templeton and Sugar Salem. 4 o'clock, Woods Cross and Lewiston. And 7 o'clock, Wasatch, Madison. That is your lineup tomorrow. The only Rumble game that was not played on this field was Rigby. And I don't know, maybe they wish they would have played it on this field.
Yeah, I didn't know they could choose, option to play the Rumble at home.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Of course,
You know,
Madison is one of their rivals.
Maybe that's why.
Could be.
Maybe it's the bad blood.
They don't like each other very much. I do know that.
I do know that, yes. Those games are always good to go to. Rigby versus Madison.
We've covered that game on a number of occasions here on IdahoSports.com. Lindquist drops back. He's going to have to toss this one out of bounds, too. Boy, the coverage was sensational that time. He had nowhere to go, and he couldn't bring it back and scramble it. The defense was just up there on him, and this defensive line is mammoth. And now they've got a whole bunch of the backups in, and it's mammoth for them.
Yeah,
They're still bigger.
Yeah, they're big and long, and they're doing what they need to do. Even as a second team, which is Highland, that's what they want to see. They want to see their second team guys get these minutes in and see what they can do. Injuries happen on a football field, and these are the backups that could be taken over.
Second down. Now another first down.
And it's really good to hear this Skyline fans across the way. They're loud. You can hear them.
Yeah, they're going to cheer for their team. They're still your team.
Absolutely. I love to see that.
And believe it or not, you and I'd both cheer for our team if they were down. It's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is. Oh, wide open.
What a great play, and finally Skyline gets on the scoreboard.
I'm trying to see who the receiver
Yeah, it was out to number 1, Ben Irwin.
Oh.
And so in the fourth quarter, Irwin at the 5:07 mark, running clock. Yard reception. Hey, giving it to the wrong guy.
Extra point is good. Makes it 42-7. So, yeah, there's that confidence booster we were talking about earlier. As, Skyline, they got to come away with something positive. That drive, if they showed that drive to those guys on Monday morning or whenever they watch film, they're like, okay, if we had done this for, what we needed to do, this game could have been completely different. But next week, let's do this. Let's go off of this.
And that's something you take into that with you. You know, it's gonna be a long bus ride back to Salt Lake. Salt Lake's 3.5 hours from here as it is. And on a bus, it's a little bit longer. But you know what? You have pride. I'd imagine they're probably staying over in a hotel tonight.
I would hope so.
I would think so. Now you put some points up on the board. You haven't been shut out this year. That's been a good thing for you. put up 14, you've put up 8, now you've put up 7 thus far. Still might pick up some more. Some of the original mercy rules that they had, it's a little different now, but some of the original ones they had, if you were being mercy ruled and you scored, the other team would kick off to you again.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not in play anymore. We are going to see an onside kick here. Might as well use it. It becomes, I mean, we're at practice at this point of the game. Use those things that you need to work on going into your game next week against Granger. And it's a good opportunity for Highland to work on their recovery of it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it didn't go 10 yards, so it wouldn't have been eligible to be recovered anyway. It gets covered up by Highland, who will take over on the Skyline side of the field. And I'd imagine Highland's not going to look to score here as they're down under 4 minutes. They're probably just going to look to keep this clock moving, pick up a couple first downs so it stays in your hands.
You don't even need to pick up a couple first downs. You just need to keep going. Oh, man.
Well, to avoid punting, you're probably going to have to pick up
at least one.
Yeah, at least
with
one.
the running clock.
Maybe 2, yep.
And they got a backup quarterback in.
Yeah, they do.
35, I believe it is. Ho-ho!
And a nice run. Well, they're not looking to score, but they mind anyway. And how can you tell a backup player that comes in not to play as hard as you can?
That's number 35 with the rushing touchdown, Pierce Davis, I believe, or Isaac Perez. Was it 36 or 35?
I think it was 35. Puts them up 48-7. Extra point pending.
Not bad right there. Broke some tackles. Made it look pretty good.
This kick's up. This kick's good. Take those kicks anytime you can, 100%. They're kicking today, same as Raymond, Alberta. Didn't miss one either. I think I'd have to say per school size, per student body size, our best team on the field today was Raymond.
Oh, yeah,
per
absolutely.
student body size.
Because number 30.
Because Raymond, I believe, could have competed with these other teams that won today. I'm not saying they would have beat Desert Hills. I'm not saying they would have beat Highland. I'm not saying they would have beat Skyline, but they could have competed with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And correction, it was number 30, Jackson Lavelle, that scored the rushing touchdown.
Certainly, Highland's going to go on to win this ball game. Clock will continue to run as soon as they kick it in. That is the only kick from Highland that did not go into the end zone.
And look what happened. It was a muffed recovery, and Highland has the ball at the 13-yard line.
Clock continues to run, and still too early to nail it down, but you really don't want to be punching stuff in necessarily at this point. But it's not, if they do punch it in, it's not one of those scenarios where they're trying to run it up. Again, just like what happened on that run, they didn't throw the pass. They ran it. When a kid gets out in the lead, it breaks through. He's one of your backup players. How do you tell him not to score a touchdown?
Exactly.
So today, 2 Idaho teams had lost here. 2 Idaho teams will have won. Overall, 3 Idaho teams lost because Lehigh.
That's true. So the other side, either Utah, California, or Canada, they're technically winning.
Yeah.
This little battle that.
Yeah, it's the road teams from out of state or out of country, and one of them 3-2. Tomorrow that could change or may not change. Another run here, brought down in the backfield again, and now we're inside a $150.
I'll tell you what, I'm impressed by Jackson Lavelle. He's just the 4 runs that we've seen. He's hard to take down. He is really hard to take down. It's taken 3 or 4 of these Skyline guys to get him down. But you got to think too, he's 5'10", 225.
Yeah.
So
big boy.
He's a big boy. He's going to take a little bit more effort to get down.
There's the run again. Brought down again. Now you can't necessarily nil this one down because it's 4th down. You nail it down, it turns over on downs anyway. Now they're getting some of their other bench players some time.
Yeah, we're at a minute.
25-second play clock is on. It's on in the hand of the official. That's one thing I really wish they'd get in high school games is the play clock.
Well, they did it at the basketball level.
Well, yeah, that's yep. You have the shot clock.
Yep.
Now, and they do have the play clock here. They just don't have a live play clock.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna come in and try to get a field goal, and that's good, and they do. 52. And just have absolutely had too much in their tank for what Skyline could handle.
Yeah, so as soon as this kick is happened, we're at 31 seconds left here in the ball game. So as soon as this kick happens, we're basically one play for Skyline. And this Skyline team, they're going to take away some ups, maybe a lot more downs tonight. But Highland, man, they may be the real deal this year, and they're going to get some great teams they're going to have to go up against, and we'll see what they can do. You know, there's some great teams that in 5A level, especially down in that Pocatello area, that may obviously put up a test for them.
That's right.
But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to them and see what they can do. So like I said, as soon as this kick happens, the clock runs. It's at 31 seconds.
This is another kicker, these last 2 kicks. These do not get to the end zone.
Uh-oh.
And scooting down the field. Getting across the 50-yard line down to the 45 on the Highland side. Now it looks like we're going to get a timeout.
Are we?
It's going to be a timeout. Skyline, hey, they're going to good for them. They're going to try to get in the end zone again.
Absolutely. Let them. I'm sure they might try a trick play here, something just to give. You know, they want to be jumping up on those sidelines as well. You know, they're not going to look at the scoreboard. They're just looking for morale basis.
Well, you know, one thing as I look at Highland, the first word that comes to mind for me, other than size, they've got a lot of size, is just balance.
Yeah.
They're a very balanced team. They can attack you from so many different aspects. Offensively, defensively, very good. I'd like to see them have a good year. This is going to be the final play, barring penalty. And it's going to run out as it's a mercy rule clock. And this game comes to an end. Your final score is 52-7. We're going to take a quick break here on IdahoSports.com. We'll be right back.
Always entertaining and occasionally controversial, the East Idaho Prepcast covers every inch of District 5 and District 6 activities in Idaho.
Just think about this. The Highland Ram cheerleaders won their 14th 5A title in the past 15 seasons. And then they went on to win the national competition in California.
Hosted by Sean Kane, the East Idaho Prepcast features the biggest stories happening in your area. Just go to IdahoSports.com and click Prepcasts in the menu to get caught up on what you've been missing. Or check out each week's episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download podcasts.
Only one thing left to talk about. That's our IdahoSports.com player of the game. Tonight, Josh, who is it?
It's going to be number 5, Jackson Riddle. You know, he had those first half 3 touchdowns. He's the one that's, really broke this game open up early on, and he was impressive all along.
Yeah, very durable.
Yeah.
It's very hard when players try to tackle him. Just an extremely good ball player. Tonight, just too much Highland, not enough Skyline.
Yes.
And it ends the way that it ended. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union and Mountain View Event Center. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valley-wide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, your local Toyota dealers, and the Idaho Transportation Department. Special thanks to the athletic director here at Madison High School. That's Shane Proctor, and everybody else that has helped us for their hospitality and getting this game broadcast to you. Congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, Jackson Riddle, with his 3 touchdowns. That was presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Thanks again for joining us as the Highland Rams defeat the Skyline Eagles by a score of 52-7. For my broadcast partner, Josh McGully, everybody else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, I'm Lance Taylor saying so long.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the